Are you thinking of moving to Lisbon? Do you want to know if Misericordia is the right region for you? Stay tuned, as I'm very excited to be sharing a lot of information about this area with you. Let's do it. The name Misericordia might not ring any bells for you, but there's lots of very desirable areas within this parish of Lisbon, including here the best and most desirable areas of Chiado, and also here with Príncipe Real Garden, Praça das Flores, this here being one of the most sought after areas. You have São Bento here as well. So again, lots of those names that we actually use, but those are out within the parish of Misericordia. One of the smallest parishes of central Lisbon, but one also with some of the highest prices within the city of Lisbon. So let's look into it now. But let's talk about the parks. Right? So here we have one of the most well-known parks in Lisbon, which is the Príncipe Real Garden. Not so well known, and this is very close to my heart as I live 2 blocks from this place. It's called Praça das Flores. Has recently, the secret is out of the box. The place is becoming more and more popular. If you met me, if you have come to Lisbon and you're my client, you likely been there, and I have converted into loving it as well. Same goes here with Príncipe Real. Behind here, not part of it, but the entrance is, this is the Botanical Garden. So you also have access to this beautiful, in the city, Botanical Garden to explore. Down here you have some smaller gardens of not as important. Here, the Miradouro de Alcântara. If you have been to Lisbon, you've been there. That's where you come up from Chiado, you stand on this flat platform overlooking Lisbon to the east. So beautiful place. Again, Time Out Market, great place to explore if you're here. The idea behind the market, getting off real estate here a little bit, all of those places that have a stand on the market, they actually establish successful restaurants within the city. So it's that way of going and getting some of the best culinary representation from Lisbon in one place. I would not be doing a favor to you to tell you that it can be chaotic, especially if you're here in the summertime, trying to orchestrate the whole family. Each person wants to eat something, who's gonna go where we sitting, and so forth. But again, check it out. I think it's an amazing place to go. Just be mindful if you're going in the summer that it might be a bit chaotic. So if you have little children or you're with seniors, perhaps don't go straight to the restaurant itself. But again, just some fun facts about the region of Misericordia. And when you talk about location, it's really sort of centered around some of the most prime areas, other prime areas of Lisbon. Like we have Estrela to the side, Campo de Urique right here, Santo Antonio to the north. Here we have Arroios, and then here we have Santa Maria Maior with Chiado, Martires, all kind of surrounding this area. Then that goes, perhaps, why it has become such a hot spot and such a desirable place to be. Now let's talk about prices and break down general, and then by 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, and 3 bedrooms for both new and used properties within the area. Generally looking at everything, put it into the same basket, used, new, studios, all the way to 4 bedrooms plus. We have here used being listed at anywhere between 3,700 to 10,400 euros per square meter, with sales ranging between 2,700 and 8,500. Right? And then with new developments, we're looking here anywhere between 5,500 to 15,000 per square meter, with the sale prices between 4,500 and 13,000 per square meter. Here you see, as I mentioned, some of the higher prices in Lisbon, and it holds on to some of the the highest sold price in Lisbon as well. And those have to do very much when you're looking at the whole area of Misericordia to the neighborhoods of Príncipe Real and Chiado. And then if you ask me, but how come there are places being sold for 5,600 and being sold for 4,400 as brand new? It's always important, again, old city, a lot of these brand new places are refurbishment of buildings, but because they've been completely refurbished, they are sold later as brand new projects. But the bones of these places might not be the most, it has nothing to do with this. The ceiling height, which is something important and that people are looking for when they're moving to Lisbon. The light, the building as a whole, as its charm, as it's where it is, influences a lot. Where here you can have a brand new place that being completely refurbished, being sold as new, but still have the old style, steeper steps, ceilings not as high, and so forth. So everything has a price, and for a reason. Here you still, again, it's a new place, so great, let's find it. If your expectations, you're just happy to have a little pied-à-terre, something small, something that you really want to be in this neighborhood and you want to find something that's a bit more affordable, the options are there. When clients ask me, how much off can we take off the price when we're negotiating? And there's no answer for it, because the places that sell, they sell very close to asking price, but there's so much inventory that the asking prices are so unrealistic, and then messes up the average prices. Right? Within the area of Misericordia, we see a gap of 22%. And what this gap is, the average listing price to the average sale price. So that is huge, right? But the reality is that the apartments that are actually selling, we see a gap here of 6.2%. So the apartments that actually sold, the average prices compared to the average asking prices are about 6% below, right? So you do need good representation, somebody you can trust, somebody who's transparent, and that's why we're here for you. Click on the link below, schedule a call with us so we can further discuss how we can do this and how we can be of assistance to you from the early stages, right? And if you are enjoying the content, subscribe and click on the bell button so you get notification when the new stuff is coming up. And we have some pretty cool stuff coming, walk-in tours. I want to start to perhaps doing some listing videos just to give you a perspective of what 600,000 will get you, what 800,000 will get you, and so forth. Looking at 1-bedrooms and studios in the region of Misericordia, we're looking here anywhere between 110,000 to 365. Keeping again those averages, right? It's a big region. Don't expect that you're going to get a nice place in Chiado or Príncipe Real for 365. Anywhere here going from 2,900 to 8,700 per square meter. So keep that in mind. If you're looking, on the top end and you're looking at a 80 square meter apartment, you're looking here easily, more like on the 550, 600,000 for a 1-bedroom in the top end neighborhood. Looking at the history of sale prices and asking prices of Misericordia, the dotted line being the asking price and the solid line being sold price. You see here, again, expectations from the sellers keep going up. Prices are staying stable. We're seeing an uprise here again, but not as much as the expectation. And that's when I talked about the market gap of 22%, what that is. So very important to have somebody you trust to be guiding you through the purchase process so you don't overpay for a property. Then let's look at 2-bedrooms for sale in the region, ranging anywhere from 167,000 to 1.25 million. And now when we get to the 2-bedrooms, start to feel a bit more the reality of the prices on this highly desirable neighborhood, with price per square meter ranging between 2,500 to 8,500. As far as new developments, there hasn't been enough to break them down as far as room size and styles, but with the 20 sales registered by partners, we're looking at mid-range apartments for about 7,300 per square meter, with the final sale price of about $1.8 million for T2. With T3s, not too much data to break down again. So with the 20 registered sales that we had for used ones in the last 12 months, average price per square meter at almost 6,000, with an average sale price per property T3s at 12,000 euros. And with news on the 3.3s, we're seeing price per square meter at about 7,500, with the price of almost 1.2 million for brand new properties in the neighborhood. We're talking now just briefly here on who is invested in central Lisbon as a whole. Americans in 2023 taking first spot, followed by the French, who's been here investing for a long time and still very strong in Portugal in general, but with Lisbon being one of their favorite spots. Again, the cosmopolitan, the urban, the art, the chic, the good taste comes, and Lisbon is a place very desirable by a lot of people, but the French have been appreciating for a long time. Again, followed in third place by the British, the UK citizens, who have a long history of investing on the coast, but in recent years have decided to also be investing heavily in Lisbon and bring the whole families to Lisbon. Great schools, good health care, relatively affordable prices, especially when compared to the UK and places like California, New York State, Texas, some of the major cities. Lisbon is still relatively affordable when you look at your overall cost of living as a family, when you put everything down throughout the year. For the quality of living you get here, this place is still a really good deal. There we go, we got it to work. Rentals, long-term rentals. And the reason why we share this is that with many families, we assist them on finding a rental first as we're looking to the long-term property. So I share here just so you know the expectations of what the cost will be. And also for those of our clients that are investing, I later on show a bit of the rental history of prices in the region to show you how consistent it's been as an investment for rental property in the region, right? T1s and studios here from anywhere from 600 to 2,000. I don't even need to say that there is almost like 4 times the amount, and this here, it's absolutely nothing like this here. When I'm really working with expats coming from Canada, the US, and Northern Europe for 1 bedroom, you're really looking around here. And to be honest with you, it can move a little higher based on exactly where it is. It's not uncommon that a really nice 1 bedroom will be around like 2,400 for an apartment in the most desirable areas of Misericordia. Going on with T2s, anywhere here from 1,000 to 3,200. So now here we're getting a bit more realistic to the style of apartments that expats are looking for in Lisbon. And then, as promised, the history, prices, right? Rental prices dotted, expected price, the asking, and solid to the prices of the actual rental. So not much of a gap and steadily going up with a bit of adjustment here. We're staying quite steady. My take on this is that we had a big rush last year with the end of the NHR, which is a tax benefit as we knew it. There's a new one on the works that is coming up soon that could, again, bring this up. But there was a huge wave of people rushing to move to Portugal before the end of the tax benefit. And that had a bit of an influence on, sorry about this here, guys. There you go. An influence on having quite a steep post-COVID and then end of the NHR to now seeing this is stabilizing a little bit. Expectations are still high, but we expect that to adjust. Right now, chances of negotiating a bit, still don't expect much if they're well priced. Obviously, if you're looking, some of it, I have to say, they're out to lunch. Like, that apartment is not worth that. It's a matter of going and showing that you're a good tenant. We'll prove it to them and negotiating a good rate, a fair rate. And with the 3 bedrooms, not much here on the real top end, but on the low end from 1,800 to mid-range, to mid-top range to about 3,000 for a 3 bedroom. And let's just talk about the most desirable areas for expats to invest in Lisbon. Historically speaking, those are numbers for 2023. And when we are looking at Misericordia here in red, we're looking at about 9%. Keeping in mind, again, the size of Misericordia is quite small, right? So very, very driven by international investment in the region. Number 1, Santo Antonio. That's been taking the lead for a while, followed by Arroios, which, you know, you have Anjos Intendente there. This area is really up and coming these days, attracting a lot of investment as it does have charm, a Brooklyn-like vibe. So if you're looking for that, you know, something a bit more up and coming, multicultural, long-term investment, Arroios is a great place these days, followed by Estrela Classic. Classic doesn't get old. Estrela will always be a desirable place to live. And here with Santa Maria Maior, with lots of the investments for Pied-à-Terre, Alfama, little bits of Chiado in there, and Baixa taking the 4th place. Then just to finish here, just a beautiful photo of Lisbon. It's always a pleasure to be sharing here as much as information as I possibly can. Keeping in mind, these are generalized information. If you're really looking for one-to-one advice, feel free to reach out to us. Click on the link below to schedule a Zoom call with me so we can further discuss how I can assist you and your family with moving to this beautiful place. Bye for now.